I started streaming. I hit the button. I hit the button 30 seconds ago. I'm doing great, you guys. I am doing wonderful. Hey, Digi. How's it going? I'm out here vibing with the best of them. Having my vitamins. And also my meds. Mostly free from website hell? What does that mean? Blech. Sorry. I'm taking my meds. If you guys have meds to take, you should do so now. Yes, I did. I did go to work. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I think. No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I did a full day's work while not having taken my meds. It sucked. I say a full day's work like it's not literally half a day's work. I have a 4-hour day. To be clear. Still one work too many. Yep, you get it. But yeah. I am doing my best to, like, still be a person. I'm EP. I've just booted up RimWorld. That's not the thing I wanted to do. God damn it. I do my best. Oh, fucking Shadow Realms, Ruscati, whatever his fucking name is. That bastard Canadian, called an emergency meeting at 3 p.m. today. Like it's fucking Among Us. And it's just for the guild leaders. It's not like a staff thing. Now, if this was a council-wide relevant situation, I'm fairly certain that we would be that I would know what's going on before it happens to some extent. But you know, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm vibing. I have been thinking about Vintage Story server stuff. Because some folks in the guild are like, damn, I think we could totally do some stuff here. Like, we could do this. And I'm not gonna stop them from trying. Plus, I do kind of specialize in game design and animation, so... You know, I like to think I could be helpful. I kind of have a degree in that. But yeah, one of the notable things is I'm looking to I'm looking at the play, the way that play would go. Sorry, my brain's dying. I'm trying to think of the core gameplay and how this could relate to um how you tie the guild into it, notably. Ooh, that's a good item to get right off the bat. But also how you run the economy. Because my main thing is I feel okay, I continue to be a communist, right? I continue to be a filthy, dirty Ancom. Um, I'm out here like, I mean, we don't really need currency, right? Like, this is mostly just like, it's an additional level on top of stuff, you know? So I want to replicate it more as like this is an incentive program as opposed to a fucking like capitalist system. Because this is at worst mercantilism is what I would be going for here. Who needs currency when I can just give you things? Yeah. Okay, my notable idea for running a prospector's server is the core conceit being, why do I have 6 notifications? Okay. I'm getting DMs just from okay. Okay. Adding to my DM pot. Fuck you, Ame. Okay. The way that I wanted to run a prospectors server, if I were to do so, would be basically the prospectors have have become like a big thing in some home continent, where they are doing a bunch of like, you know, philanthropy. They're a big guild. They are trying to provide for as many people as possible. And as such, like, the new world has been discovered. There's no people in it or anything. So the prospectors have set up a trading post, and knowing that they don't really have, like, the capacity to just kind of colonize a whole new landmass, has just kind of made it open to the public. And is trying to effectively get resources back, by just being like, hey, all of this land is available. We can give you some shit to start, and we are going to give you the capacity to sell stuff back to us in order for some of the, like, hard to make stuff that you can't, you know, forge yourself in the new world. Which, you know, creates like an in-game explanation for the, like, oh, unique, like, guild stuff in the shop. Because one of the things is fucking you've got like, oh yeah, custom armor designs and all that. I've made Dungeoneers of Kroya. Wow! Is that how you've been spelling it? Dungeoneers of Kroya? Let me just hop into the Twitch chat and... That's how I've been spelling it. Okay. Yeah. No, I pronounce Kroya how I do, because it is spelled vaguely similar to LaCroix. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, there are some similarities to how Dungeoneers of Kroya works. Notably, the Prospectors are, like, more of a philanthropist organization, whereas, the Dungeoneering Guild, is fully a capitalist hellscape nightmare. Where it's like, yeah, no, we're trying to trap you in resurrection debt. Have you ever thought of the concept of resurrection debt? Resurrection debt is when you make absolutely no effort to make the place that you are trying to get your people to work in safer by either providing, you know, equipment for the adventurers to ensure that they don't die or anything, or by making the environment safer to work in. Resurrection debt is what happens when the Dungeoneering Guild, instead of making a place safer for the people who are working in it, they either neglect to make a place safer, or in some cases actively make it more dangerous. And then charge you a fee for dying in the place that they have made more dangerous. So you'll find like, yeah, no, there are the exceptional few adventurers who are like the player characters, who are, you know, more than capable individuals, and they are surviving. They're working their way up in the world of Dungeoneers, and then you have the vast majority of adventurers who died once really early on, and have not successfully paid back that death yet. Or rather, in attempting to pay back that debt, because the only way to make that much money that quickly is adventuring. In attempting to do that, they have died again and again and again, until they are so firmly indebted to the guild that they cannot work anywhere else. Or it's like, oh no, if I stopped adventuring in dungeons, I would still have to pay back all this debt, and I would probably just get, like, final death by the company, because I can't pay off the interest on this with, like, a fucking farmer's salary. I couldn't pay it with a blacksmith's salary. I might have to sell a blacksmith's worth of goods every day if I even wanted to try. So yeah, that's how the Dungeoneering Guild works. Is filling your heads with utopian visions of like, oh, you could be the great hero, you could make all the money in a dungeon, and leaving out the part where it's like, but most people don't. The only reason the player characters have a shot is because they level up faster than an NPC does. Because the player characters are using experience point rules. But yeah, no. When you start out, the guild gives you a line of credit with which to buy your equipment. And it is roughly equivalent to a single resurrection's worth of gold. In case it's not clear, 1,000 gold, which you will spend on, you know, commissioning armor and such. And when you die, you have to hope that in that first run, you got enough to pay back the debt. Otherwise, you have to start selling off your equipment. Or not selling off your equipment, going in again and hoping that you don't die the same way. It sucks. It's a sucky system. Anyway, the way the Prospectors Guild is doing it is they're hanging out here like, okay, you guys are like looking to explore the new world. We're not going to ask that many questions about exactly why. We have given you this opportunity. We have given you the basics that you need to start things up. We are not even, like, demanding a required payment of you or anything, because why would we? Freedom of transportation is written into the fucking guild charter. Everyone deserves to be able to go anywhere, without having to, like, you know, stop for a humiliating border check or pay a fee to be somewhere else. So, you know, you can get transit to the new world, and you guys can do whatever you want with that. But we, the Prospectors Guild, knowing that you have access to a ton of, like, fresh resources, we're gonna be like, hey, we're opening our shit up so you can, you know, trade back to the mainland, and get, you know, you can sell your fucking raw materials, your logs, your unrefined ores, your all of that. And we're gonna process that back on our end, and we can get you guys new tools, new, like, you know, long-lasting rations, that kind of thing. So just you guys set up your guilds out here. We have a shop available at the trading post back when you, back where you got here. And if you are ever able to, we also have, like, a list of specific requests. And you can get all of these cool refined guilds that you need factories to make. Because we know damn well you aren't setting those up out there. Yeah, there's some level of that. Notably, one of the, like, mechanics I had in mind is, basically projects. So everyone could submit a ton of money for either, like, an alternate currency type or to contribute to a total. Howdy howdy, how's it going, nobody Esquire? Yeah, you could contribute to that total, and that as you do, you either get progress towards unlocking more things in the shop, or you get a unique currency that can be spent to get, like, refined goods from the shop, as opposed to the basic trading post things. And that would be stuff like, ooh, special armor for the guild or whatever. Because we've taken out the fucking dwarven armor pattern from the thing and have inserted this. Am I playing Peak normally? I am playing Ascent 7, but aside from that, yeah, normally. And I am talking through a vintage story server I want to run. Specifically the server-wide events I want to do. Want to do a case study on Bitcraft. 1 second. Bitcraft. Oh, yeah, all right. I will look into that more later. Based on the little bits of that main website I just read, yeah, that does kind of look like what I'd be going for. Yeah, prospectors out here, like, you can provide sheer quantity of raw goods. We can provide superior quality of manufactured goods. And we can't, like, oversee all of your stuff particularly well, so we can just be like... Oh, I will note, playing normally versus playing in a custom way. In terms of Peak, I am playing with one custom rule, which is that the stream ends when I die. That is my daily peak rule set is play at the highest difficulty, game ends when you die, and blind run. Okay, you knew that already. Got it. I was not certain. Yeah, no. My thought with the Prospectors, like, vintage story server, if I were to make a publicly accessible one on a large scale like that, is I would have that, I would do that. I would make it so it's like, okay, we're like providing all of you guys transport out here. We aren't going to like ask for anything in return specifically, but we're going to, you know, set up this trading post and be like, hey, you've got the raw materials, we've got manufactured goods. We know damn well that you guys don't have access to advanced manufacturing processes, so, you know, we can do some exchange. You can get some, god damn it. And you can get some special materials that will help you survive out there. And one of the additional things that I would want to do is projects, which would be like, hey, there has been an incident that has occurred elsewhere in the world. We are calling all the branches of the guild, very much including the citizens of the New World. We need this many resources of this type in order to, like, assist with relief efforts or whatever. So it's like, yeah, no, city was recently destroyed by a flood. We need your assistance in gathering together a bunch of, like, building materials. This is going to be a target that we're working on for the next, like, IRL month. And at the end of it, we will, based on what all has been collected, more stuff may be unlocked in the shop, or, like, we will declare a winner and someone gets a prize or whatever. So it's like, yeah, no, we need a ton of bricks and boards to help rebuild these structures that were tanked by an earthquake. Or we need a shitload of flour to aid in this famine that has broken out elsewhere in the world. So we need to ease the effects of this on other people. Citizens of the New World, you have access to a lot of resources. Fucking... Can you aid us, you know? And then you go to the trading post and it's got like a new thing set up. And it's like, donate supplies to the fucking Nadellan catastrophe or whatever. Yeah. I want to frame it in that kind of collectivist sense of both we want you guys to form guilds of your own and like get like your production set up and thrive in the new world, but also we would like to see basically, instead of like a capitalist economy forming, we are looking to effectively make this a giant mutual aid network. At least in terms of how the flavor works. So it's like, hey, we need your help, whatever you can provide. As opposed to like, we would like, you know, we're accepting these to do capitalism with. Because the way that the prospectors have always worked is, yeah, we would like to provide you with as much as we are able, because the more that we can do there, the more that you will contribute, not just to us, but to the entire world. And we will inevitably profit from it. Like, every worker deserves, you know, access to the forge, the best tools that we are able to provide. And with those materials, it is naturally assumed that you will contribute back to the world at large, if not the guild in specific. And that will always make its way back around to us. Everyone benefits from the fucking assistance we provide. What? The bees are working normal again. You love to see it. But yeah, that means that the justification for like why we have a server shop or server economy can't be you are working to like earn these things. Like the base whatever is we are assuming that you have value and we want to provide you with as much as possible. So there needs to be additional barriers in between the guild and, you know, just giving the players things. Because while that is what they would do, it is less fun to just be given everything. People do enjoy working for things. So yeah, I am sitting here like we need to put obstacles in the way of our fictional organizations to stop them from being too nice to the player. Because that's how I've wrote the Prospectors Guild. So it's, the incentive structure is more, you guys aren't technically part of the Prospectors Guild, so we are offering to exchange with you instead of just giving you everything. And we have these big things that need to get done every so often, and you will be rewarded for assisting in them. You know, for donating your hard-earned, not necessarily. Hard-earned feels wrong. But yeah, hard worked for is more appropriate. Like donating the resources that you have worked hard to provide for your guild, If you are willing to donate to these other people, we are sure they will be willing to give back. You know, once the recovery effort's complete. And this is why we have a giant progress bar that says, hey, put ashlar bricks into these containers, and once we get like 1,000,000 bajillion of them, there's going to be this new resource that is unlocked. Because in aiding these other people, they have provided additional wares, as opposed to, you know. It also matches with the philosophy of the guild, in terms of like, hey, we're going to give you as much as we can up front, and then you will inevitably give back to us. So when it comes to, like, hey, we are looking to build a new manufactorum in whatever area. Help us gain the resources to see this thing made, and you will see the benefits. I've explained this like 4 different ways while climbing up this bit of the mountain. This is because I am processing the data in my own head as much as I am explaining it to you guys. This isn't just me being like, this is how I'd do it. It's me figuring out how I'd do it in real time. Because I like to think out loud, and being on a live stream makes me feel less crazy for doing that. Yeah. I do still love that one of the biggest problems that I have with trying to run anything prospector-based is, no, they're going to be too nice and ruin the fun. Because people do want to work for things. And this is a world where, oh god. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. Okay. Not dead. Beelining. Jesus fucking Christ. Entirely too close. I don't exactly have any solid heat items to help out in the time of monsters I am about to face. It's not ideal. Yeah, no, perfect world, it is a situation of, welcome to the Prospectors Guild. You wanted to come here, so we have provided you access. We will offer what we can, at this trading post. And, occasionally, when something big happens out in the world, we will ask if you can help out. If you can, We will, you know, provide rewards. If you can't, that's all right. The shop will not be closed to you. I can't. I can't see that. What did you redeem? Sorry, I fully don't look at my redeems. Oh my gods. My fucking uwu redeem. Ooh. Ooh. I love choking on my own spit. Mid uwu. Oh. The uwu does have hands. Yeah, no, I use my OBS as the place where I monitor all of the stuff. Sadly, this does not have a redeems feed. Oh, OBS is the recording that I use for I can in theory, but I would have to spend a lot of time. The uwu hands. Something having hands is euphemistic for it is fighting back. The fact that I started coughing when I did the uwu is a sign that the uwu is trying to fight back. So it has hands because in doing it, I have had a coughing fit, which can be interpreted as the uwu trying to fight. Takes 5 minutes. I could spend all 5 of those minutes playing RimWorld. Oh, no, no. Also, English being your first language does not mean shit. We threw slang at you, so. Doesn't matter which language it is, if you are out of touch, you aren't gonna get that one. English is a horrible, horrible creature. Oh, yeah. It'd be like that. God, this game is pretty, though. Nope. Ugh. I will say, one of the things that I really wish I could do in a vintage story server is, I don't know, maybe get in contact with the guy who does Toolsmith or something, but make it so you can make, like, specially forged, tools that have, like, a guild symbol on them. Or, like, a maker's mark, you know? Because I know... Okay, my rationale for this is I know that you can make it so... Okay. taking inspiration from the letters mod for Vintage Story, I know you can make it so you can design like a logo, and that will appear on an item. And you can also make that logo, which has appeared on the item you have initially entered it into, you can make that appear on the letters, because the letters also have the emblem in them. So my thought is, if you could... Because I'm also looking at the Toolsmith mod, which lets you customize your parts, make cool bits, that kind of thing. So you can switch out like what handle you're using, what type of wood you're using. You can add grips made of cloth and leather, and it's all dyed differently. You can do all of that. That is doable with the system, with all of it as it is. So I want to add extra decor into that by combining these systems from like 2 or 3 different mods. Because I also know one of the things is Smithing Plus, and the game is changing how smithing works, so like might have to wait a little while to get anything on this level. But Smithing Plus makes it so you can like get extra aspects to your smithing. So like what if you made it so you could put like an extra, like a guild mark on your thing, or a maker's mark, guild mark or maker's mark. I'm thinking guild mark because I want there to be a guild mark specifically for like the prospectors. But it's yeah. What if like while the pick head is still hot, you could put it in a press, and the press has your guild mark or maker's mark in it, and it slams the mark into like a coin-shaped bit, like towards the head of the fucking tool. So like where it connects with the handle or whatever, you can just press in like, oh yeah, that's the lantern sign of the fucking prospectors. So this was made in a prospector facility, probably. Or, oh my god, hey, that's the maker's mark of, like, this toolsmith. And it's like a physical thing you can see, you know? Ideally, this would come with other, like, vanity additions, so you could add, like, gemstones into the hilts of your fucking swords and stuff. Or maybe, like, etched blades with a few different styles or whatever. Just to like have an additional level of customization and quality, even once you have Toolsmith, of going beyond that and adding, you know, levels of customization that are actually difficult to replicate. And it doesn't, like... I know there is a mod out there that makes it so in the description of the tool, it will say who made it. But I like the idea of having a visual marker there, you know? So it's like, oh my god, I found a fucking... a dagger with a rose carved into the hilt, which is the signature thing that, this fucking... that the fucking golden flower of, Lakeside, carved into the handles of all of her fucking, tools. This is specially made. This is Lakeside steel or whatever. This is... you know, a rare material or something like that. Or if you could make special alloys or treat things specially. Because, like, you can to add a bit of mystery that people wouldn't necessarily have to figure out. Yeah. Because, like, if you have the, like, tool bit of a handle, theoretically, you could start with a thing and, like, carve a pattern into there, and you could make it look like a rose on the pommel. It would be so cool, is my point. The problem is I don't know enough about coding to make any of that happen. But, like, if I did, I need to learn some shit. I need the prospectors to be very invested in me personally developing the fucking computer science skills so they will bother me to make these things. Because I need to be bothered. Oh, this would be a mod for Vintage Story. Which is a survival crafting type game, based off of, not just Minecraft, but those specific, like, super difficult Minecraft mod packs. If you've played one, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where it's like, oh yeah, you have to nap stone tools instead of, you know, just crafting them from the 3 blocks. It is like if the kind of person who makes that mod pack was like, you know what, I am too limited by the way that Minecraft works, and made their own engine. The systems being described require much more in-depth design. Yeah. Well, it's one of those... There are existing things that you can apply here that show, like, this is possible. I'm going through all of it in my head. Because it's not just, like, if you're doing a maker's mark, you know? Whether that is a stamp on the head of the tool, like where it meets the fucking shaft, or if it is a specially carved handle or whatever. There are ways you can... The letters mod shows that you can do the, like, you can make the thing. You can make a symbol that you can put onto an item, right? And if you go over to the tabletop mod, you can apply chiseled blocks to, like, a thing to make the chiseled block into an item that is usable elsewhere. And you can stamp on the fucking thing. So if you could, like, at the end of your weapon, be like, I would like to make the pommel this chiseled block instead of whatever else. Instead of just, like, a little roundel of metal. I would like it to be this thing that I have carved. That seems doable, right? I mean, obviously, the tabletop mod, whoever made that, has made it so you can have the custom game pieces and everything via chiseling and all that. The letters mod shows that you can make a symbol and stamp it into things and make it turn up on stuff. So there is a way to store that data and put it out there that's already been, like, developed. It's just new applications of things that have already been done. You know? I would have to get programmers. But it's not out of the realm of possibility, is definitely my point. And I don't even think it's out of the realm of probability. Like, I'm pointing to aspects of other mods. So the different bits have been done, right? Because, I mean, you could argue, like, okay, you can make chiseled blocks into other items, and, like, change the scale of them and put them on things. But can you customize the handles of the tools? And by default, no. But if you look at the things the Toolsmith mod is doing, it will let you take a custom handle. You can change the wood type. You can change the grip. You can change, like, what dye you have applied. All of that stuff. So if you wanted to add an extra level of thing on there, you could just have, like, yeah, I have this custom handle, and I'm going to add a chiseled block onto the pommel, and that will be an additional thing here. Just add this shape onto the end. Or, you know, I have this special press, like with the fucking the currency mod, the coin maker, whatever it's called. You can also do the thing with that. It has its own, like, press mold thing that you can implement, and a mechanic for, like, okay, yeah, you put the metal discs in the thing, then you hit it with a hammer and it comes out with the thing embedded in it. So you could just have a different type of tool head where it's like, yeah, pre-pressed, it's the normal tool head, and then you have the marked tool head, which is a little extra square bit where the head meets the handle, and it's got the symbol in there. Those are the things that I want to do here. Those are the notable ideas I've got for a mod. And this would have to be part of some ridiculous tool making shit. But, like, right? It's doable. I think it's doable. I'm pretty sure it's doable. Oh, maybe you could even make it so, you could make a handle out of multiple custom blocks. So instead of just the one that you would put on the end, it's two, and you customize the entire handle. Or maybe three? I feel like three is the most you could do in a crafting bit. And as long as you order them right, it could change the model of the fucking shaft of the tool, and you just get the thing out. It doesn't even have to consume the blocks. So you could put in, like, a recipe for handle in the middle, and, like, a knife or whatever on the right, and on the left you've got the top slot, middle slot, bottom slot that will customize the thirds of the handle. I need to make a document, I think. I'm thinking of things here. I need to like write some stuff down. I need to send this VOD to people. I just realized that I was just holding the rescue claw. I wasn't like. By the way, if you guys like what I'm doing, I have a Ko-Fi page you could contribute to. Like, this is also a system where it's like, with this level of customizability to your tools, you can also do wacko shit. Like, there's going to be the realism breaking elements of, yes, instead of having like a full carved tool shaft, you could also make it so you insert like a chiseled block air and you put 3 of those into your handle and you've just got a floating tool head. Like, that's also an option. But you know, if people want to be silly like that, let them be silly. If people want to make their guild mark a penis, then they're allowed to, I guess. The main thing is, with the system I've described, it's just the handle that's customizable, and the tool head just has, like, the guild marker that you could insert. I'm sure you could make it so the tool head is customizable separately also. Like, you could probably have a 3-block vertical situation with a similar recipe. But yeah, one of the things in my brain is just like, with the way that I want to do the thing, you could make a curved blade. You could make the stats of the tool head change depending on like how you've smithed it, but that sounds like a pain. And something that you would want to do as an add-on to this ultimately cosmetic mod that I'm describing. Like, my thought is, the handle can be carved blocks, the head can have the symbol in there. So if you wanted to make your thing air, it's just 3 chiseled block air, and it's just a floating tool head, because with the thing that I'm thinking of, the only thing you can customize on that is a logo on where the head meets the handle. Okay, I'm going through, like, if I were to develop this, what would the stages of development be? And the start would definitely be somewhere along the lines of, just, like, doing the tool head bit, where you can customize the tool head to put the symbol in. And then you start working on the pommel thing, and then the full handle thing. Like, there's an order to be worked on there. But, like, yeah! this could be so cool. I just need to trick the guy who does Toolsmith into helping me. I'll leave a series of candies on the ground. I don't know. Ideally, this would also be a situation where you could standardize the same symbol that you're using across a wax seal, a coin imprinting thing, and a tool press. In my perfect world, you would have synergy between all of that. So you can, you know, just kind of make your one blank and then craft it onto a bunch of other stuff and make it apply that to that. But I've looked at how those mods work, and they have slightly differently sized like crafting planes for all of those. So, you know, because the letters one is, I believe, slightly larger than the coins one, which sucks. Much like Toolsmith, I'm also picturing this as like engagement with this system is optional. There is still like a way of, you know, you can still make you modify a normal tool head. You can still use a stick to make a normal tool. It's just there are advantages to doing it this alternate way. There is now a new way to do it, if you wish to put in the extra effort. Parentheses, you don't have to. You could make a lathe if you wanted to automatically apply some fucking... If you wanted to figure out how to auto-apply the stuff to the thing. Sorry, I got distracted by the winter berries textures changing when you move them, because it always puts the snow on top. That's not like a static snow thing, that's just... So the snow moves. Like, it's always on the top there. That's a little wild to me. I just realized I don't need the lantern anymore. But yeah. And also, hopefully, in this case, if I am actually reaching out to the developers of these different mods to see this get made, this tool crafting, this like intense tool customization situation could like have a library that lets you do all of those things in common. So it could be a separate, like the stamps library. Because I feel like that would be a handy thing to have. Like, multiple mods already implement their own ways of doing it, so standardizing that would be good. But also... I don't know, I like the idea of just being a legendary toolsmith out there somewhere. Thing is, I don't know what makes you legendary outside of your tools looking pretty. Yeah, like that. Fuck. Okay. I was worried I was gonna hit the ground hard. Oh shit. That was almost very bad. I think it was gadgets. It might have been like Tinker something. Or, trinkets. Baubles? Bubbles? Something like that. But yeah. I think once I've hit the edge of this, like whenever I finish off, I am going to stay on stream and write out this project proposal, I think. Trinkets and baubles might be implementations of the same features for, like, Forge and Fabric, or, like, Neoforge or something. They might just be different versions of the same mod. Or one was for a later version, maybe? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about things hard. I'm having ideas and shit. I don't know. I like the idea of artisan goods in a lot of things, and I feel like Vintage Story specifically has the ability to become a game where you can put a lot of work into your tools like that and see it pay off. You know? I also like the idea of being able to modify those tools in like your own unique ways, or maybe make special alloys, and that can just be a part of the like artisan goods situation. It would require a whole system for doing stuff to a tool head, but it would so be possible, is the thing. Ah, shit. This looks bad. More cure-all. Infinity cure-all. It's good for everything. The hat you were missing was a hard hat. Fun? Incredibly prospector coded. Wear your safety gear. Was just listed as hard? I love it. That's so nothing. I love it. I love having a sudden strike of inspiration, and instead of, like, risking losing that, I just get to, like, yell about it on stream, and I can reference it later and everything. Hey, thanks, nobody. I do my best. I do my best to be solid background noise. Ancient statue, fairy lantern. That's not bad. I think it's better than the anti-Europe spool. I don't use anti-Europe all that often, so... worthy sacrifice, I think. I want this baton. But I don't want to give up anything I have, is the thing. I think I can make the exchange for the energy drink. I think the baton is more useful than the energy drink. Yay, good work. I don't know, I'm picturing the fun situation of being able to add, like, modifiers to your tool heads while you are making them. So it's like, yeah, no, I can put a fucking... Sort of, but that is more complex than what I'm thinking of, I think. Because I'm mostly thinking of, the way that Toolsmith works is that you can, to some extent, customize every part of your, tool. By just taking bits apart, putting them together. You've got like different bindings you can use, different handles you can use. Not much you can do for the tool heads. Absolutely fair. I like the idea of there just being like one or two modifiers you can put on there that are like similarly good, you know? Not like interchangeable, but like you could get away with just about any of them. They do their own unique things, but they are unique, not like identical end effects or whatever. I don't know. I'm mostly thinking of ways of like I would like there to be a system to, like, make real, like a legendary toolsmith, you know? I would like, the Lakeside Rose, to be a legendary toolsmith. Because the Lakeside Rose is a treasure. She lives in a little town called Lakeside. Her name is Rose. Her blacksmith is the Lakeside Rose. She's not, especially good at naming things, but that's alright. And she makes tools out of there. just pretty consistently. They are known for being solid quality. The town of Lakeside was, of course, the first on the server to forge steel. So there are old Lakeside steel tools that were forged by the Lakeside Rose, who put at the end of all of her tool handles the same carved flower shape. And with all of the systems I have proposed, that can just kind of be a thing that exists. I like the idea of them having a special mechanical thing, though. Where it's like somewhere along the line, either during forging or like while someone was upkeeping it, you could do rose cultivars? I don't know. You could do something, you could polish it properly. I don't know. I'm guessing rose biologists. But like somewhere in the process, like the Lakeside Rose's tools gained like a little mining speed buff or whatever. Or maybe it's like, oh yeah, legendary craftsman. Like you have acquired the title. So now you have the ability to make tools with, like when you make tools, it gains this status bonus. And that's just when you put it together. Maybe. I don't know, it might be smarter to do something like a reforging table. Where it is like, yeah, I can take this to the grindstone, and either take it apart for scrap or sharpen it, hone it to add a unique effect. Nah? Or like I could use whetstones made of specific materials to hone it and give it bonuses. Like whetstones of different stone let you mine that type of stone faster. So it's like, yeah, I used a sandstone whetstone, so now I can mine sedimentary rocks faster. And it's not a huge buff, but it helps. It's unique, and it can be a specific adaptation to your area. Because if you live in a place that's dominated by sedimentary rocks, because there are, like, geologic layers determined in Vintage Story, because of course there are. If you're like in an area with a lot of a certain type of rock, then that's super useful for you, and it can just be a little more specialized. Ooh, okay. That's also a solid way of doing it. Nope, gotta go touch grass. We've lost Pyrite. Another gamer lost to the grass. You could maybe have like I don't know, you could make a little like a rust totem in order to make it so your tool has a little cogwheel thing on it, and also it does additional damage versus rust monsters or whatever. That would be cool. Huntsman's grip. Special grip that you can put on your handle. Bonus damage to the fucking animals. Or applicable with every kind of weapon. Fucking Angel's Bane? Seraph's Bane? Because that's the default like character is a seraph. Like that's what you're called in that game. It's wild. You aren't a human, you are a seraph who has been sent out into the world to help stop the oncoming rust. Which is an entropic force that I have created headcanons about, and not really paid too much attention to the official lore on. I wrote a cool thing the other day where it was like, oh yeah, a massive creature came from the distance and blocked out the sun with its form. And it's like, I don't care if that's not how the end of the world happened. That's how it happened in my head. Dave came from beyond the horizon, blocked out the sun, and called rust to the surface. That's my truth, you know? I have a third notification. I should only have two. Okay, someone opened a ticket. Prospectors Guild. Someone put something in spam. Announcements, my stream announcements. Why'd I sing? Oh, I just do that. The idea of enchantments being tied to the environment that you proposed. Takes an inventory of blocks and items in X radius and chooses an aspect based on that. Ooh. So there is a mechanical benefit to setting your forge physically on the mantle. I just sing sometimes. That just happens. My brain does that. I didn't know I was doing it. Flat out. It's great. Keep doing it. Thank you. That time was intentional. It's just a thing I sing a little. It happens. One of my vocal cords is C major. So occasionally, you know, I'll be using that chord and it comes out as music instead of just words. Because as we all know, your vocal cords are a series of strings contained in your throat. And whenever you talk, the strings get hit with little hammers to make all the different vowel sounds. Yes. Solid joke, thank you. Thank you, I'm taking that one. When I was a child, I used to have a vocal cord tuned to C minor. Now it's tuned to C major. Digi, you are telling me that they're more like flaps, but I do not believe you, actually. I'm going with my thing of, they're all strings that the tiny hammers in your throat hit. We all have tiny hammers in our throats. If you don't have tiny hammers in your throat, you're the weird one, actually. Okay. We're at the peak, y'all. Absolutely lovely. Ad, please wait. Okay. Hold on, let me double check that no one is stuck in ads. Alright, there is an ad break for another 48 seconds, according to Twitch. Taking the opportunity to stretch some. Hydrate, god damn it. Alright. I don't have water nearby, so I did just finish off my energy drink. Hydrate or dihydrate? Hydrate and dihydrate. I'm the funniest bitch alive. I don't know if you guys heard, but... Alright. Let's finish this up. Many thanks, nobody. Let me up! Let me up! Okay. Nice! Oh, let's go. By the way, that is what my character looks like, if anyone was not familiar. I wear climbing gear and a pilot's hat. Lovely. 1 hour, 11 minutes on the peak. 135 on the stream. Yeah, no, I do a kind of face of supreme determination with the angry eyebrows and the glowy eyes. That's the vibe is anime like shonen protagonists like we can do it, you know? Alrighty. Well, absolutely love to see all of you here today. I appreciate all of your viewership. And I will be seeing you guys next time. I'm gonna go write down that mod idea, like, immediately. Like, now. Jeez.